Hi, I'm Betsy Datiri. I'm a psychotherapist, trainer, teacher. I'm also the founder of several organisations that exist just to help children and young people recover from the impact of trauma. I've been asked to tell you a little bit about this new book, The Simple Guide to Complex Trauma and Dissociation. Essentially, it kind of follows on a little bit from the first book, The Simple Guide to Child Trauma, where I tried in the simplest way possible to explain how experiencing something of terror and powerlessness, where a child is overwhelmed, actually leads to various different symptoms, which include symptoms that impact behaviour, relationship, emotions, memory, and learning. And this just explores those harder, those more complicated, more complex symptoms that happen when a child's just endured far too much for the psyche to cope with. Complex trauma obviously is really difficult and very misunderstood, but also so is dissociation. When I read reports from other professionals about dissociation, very often they talk about it as just glazed over and not focusing and not being in the here and now. But actually, usually, dissociation with complex trauma would indicate quite a lot of complexities around an internal subconscious system, which has just been geared to try and survive things that shouldn't really be survivable. So dissociation, and this book explores the different kinds of dissociation, from the glazing over, not being in the here and now, through to derealization, depersonalization, which are ways of coping when children just can't feel anymore, or it'll just put them into too much overwhelm. When they have to shut down their feeling, when they have to shut down their emotions, when they have to shut down all sorts of different aspects of their here and now, and instead be in some kind of unreal state in order to just keep going with the daily rhythm of life. And then the furthest end of dissociation, which is looking at DID, which there's some controversy about, but really DID is where the psyche has just got so full. There's just so much horrific things that have happened that the child or young person has had to work out ways in their subconscious, not their cognitive, of how to survive. And complex dissociation is really misunderstood, and most of these children have circuited round different professionals and the medical model, where they've had diagnosis and labels and medication, and it's not recovery focused. These books are about being recovery focused. How can we get these children into a place where they feel safe in their body, in their mind, in all of them? They feel safe, and they can enjoy relationships, and they can enjoy our world, and they can be who they're meant to be. And so this whole little book, The Simple Guide to Complex Trauma and Dissociation, just gives adults around the children, or the young people themselves, just a little bit of an understanding of how to identify those symptoms, what to do with them, and what kind of things need to be put in place for a child to actually find recovery. I really hope it helps. Thanks.